The movie opens on a cozy scene. We see a mother who's telling a tale to her little girl, a sweet child named Fei Fei. Fei Fei's mom was saying how amazing science is, you know? She explained that science has figured out so much and can tell us pretty much everything, like exactly how far away the moon is from the Earth. It's a huge distance. But then, the story changed, because she also told Fei Fei about the legendary goddess of the moon. Fei Fei's dad was sitting right there, and he asked, "Hey, can I maybe tell you about the science of the moon, sweetie?" But little Fei Fei shook her head and said, "No, Daddy, I really want to hear the story from Mommy." So she leaned in and said, "My mother tells me a tale about the goddess of the moon," and her mother began the enchanting story. She explained that when the goddess was just a normal girl, she fell completely in love with a boy. But then, oh, it's a sad part. She drank a magic potion, you know, something that made her immortal, meaning she would live forever. Because of this, she had to go up to the moon, and that's where she lives now, all alone. The goddess lives up there, forever waiting for the person she loved. Why? Because the poor boy she loved actually died back here on Earth. The mother added a touching detail. When the goddess cries, her tears turn into beautiful stardust. And to keep her company, a rabbit lives on the moon with her. They looked up at the big, glowing moon. Little Fei Fei asked her dad, "Do you think this is real? Is the goddess story that Mommy is telling me actually true?" And her dad gave her the most heartwarming answer. He said, "Daughter." Then her mom pointed at the moon and asked, "Are you seeing a rabbit up there?" And they all started laughing together. Her mom asks, "Sweetie, will you help me make the moon cakes today?" That little girl time had just passed while she kept busy. Now she was selling the cakes with her mother. But then life threw them a terrible curveball. Her mother suddenly became very sick. Before she died, she gave Fei Fei a rabbit as a final gift. 4 years went by. Fei Fei was at home, sharing a piece of moon cake with her mother's picture, just keeping her memory alive. It was almost time for the moon festival again. Fei Fei and her dad were selling so many moon cakes, she was even out delivering them. Everyone in town seemed to love her cakes. They were clearly very famous. When Fei Fei got home, though, she saw her father's friend there, and she instantly felt a wave of sadness. His friend's son was there too, and honestly, Fei Fei just didn't like him very much. Later, as Fei Fei and her dad were hanging up lights for the festival, her dad told her, "You know, you should really talk to your aunt." He meant his friend, the lady. "She's a really nice person," he added. But Fei Fei quickly replied, "Father, we don't need anyone else. We are enough for each other." You see, Fei Fei really missed her mom, and she didn't want her dad to marry anyone new. Her father was about to talk to her more seriously when the lady herself, the friend, walked in. She even brought crabs for Fei Fei because she remembered they were her favorite. They all sat down for dinner. Fei Fei went to her chair and picked up her rabbit because her mom always said, "No rabbits on the table. They can't sit in a chair." Poor little rabbit. The conversation started flowing at the dinner table, but when Fei Fei saw her father getting friendly and comfortable with the lady, she really didn't like it one bit. The lady started talking to Fei Fei, saying, "Your father told me you love the stories about the goddess." And from there, they all started talking about the moon goddess. Everyone at the table except Fei Fei said it was just a silly story, but Fei Fei still believed it was true. She turned to her dad and asked, "Do you feel that way too?" Her father just stayed silent. Now, his silence made her heart sink. She became so sad. Just as she was about to leave the table, the friend's son suddenly blurted out, "My mother and your father are getting married soon." She wished so badly that everything could go back to the way it was. She felt her father had changed and wasn't believing in the goddess anymore. She thought, maybe if my father believes in the goddess again, maybe then he won't get married a second time. She looked out her window at the moon and then back at her rabbit. She missed her mother intensely, feeling like her father had already forgotten her. Fei Fei's mind started racing. How can I prove it to Dad that the goddess is still on the moon, still waiting for her love? She remembered how far away the moon was. 3 million kilometers. A crazy but brilliant idea struck her. What if I build a rocket? I can go to the moon, meet the goddess, and prove that the story is true. She spent many days researching and planning her rocket. She ordered lots of parts and kept experimenting, but sadly, none of her rockets could actually reach the moon. Finally, she built a new rocket shaped like a rabbit. She got in with her rabbit, ready to go to the moon. When she started the engine, it moved slower than a snail at first, but it was moving. Slowly, it picked up speed and flew faster and faster. Fei Fei was getting close to the moon, but then, disaster. The rocket fuel ran out. They started falling back down to Earth. Then, she heard a voice. It was her father's friend's son. He was somehow with her. "You're here too," she said. "Oh no, I didn't even calculate your weight." The rabbit rocket was plummeting, but suddenly a beam of light shot down, and the rocket started traveling upward again. It must have been the moon's powerful attraction light. Then, things got wild. Some strange aliens attacked their rocket, making it spin and spin, but finally, the rocket managed to land safely on the moon. The aliens, who were actually friendly, started flying Fei Fei and the boy over to a beautiful castle. When they got there, they were greeted by talking moon cakes. Yes, cakes that could actually talk. They welcomed them and took them to a huge party. The goddess herself was at the party, singing a beautiful song. Her rabbit was there too. Fei Fei and the boy were having a wonderful time. Fei Fei was so happy she hugged the moon goddess tightly. The goddess then asked, "What gift have you brought for me?" She quickly replied, "I just want to take a picture with you. I need to prove this to my father." She took the photo with the goddess. The goddess said, "You can have the picture, but there's a condition. You have to go search for and bring me a gift." So, the quest for the gift began. Fei Fei joined some moon chickens for a ride. Meanwhile, the boy tried to just grab the picture, and as a result, he got trapped in a space barrier. It looked like he tried to cheat and take the photo without fulfilling the condition. The goddess became very sad. She was mourning because she realized she couldn't get the thing she wanted to meet her loved one. It started raining on the moon's surface, making things difficult for Fei Fei. Fei Fei finally landed on the other side of the moon. She found a little goddess doll inside her rocket, the one her mother had given her. The moon chickens saw it and immediately snatched it away. They thought that whoever gave a gift to the goddess would have their wish granted. Fei Fei was left alone. At the same time, the goddess's rabbit was busy mixing the very magic potion the goddess needed. Fei Fei found a strange-looking dog and rode it, chasing after the chickens. The chickens kept running, trying to get away with the doll. Fei Fei managed to grab the doll back, but as they fought for it, the doll tore. Saddened and feeling hopeless because she thought this gift was the key to stopping her dad's second marriage, Fei Fei sat down. She felt hungry and started eating the moon cakes she had brought. Inside the cake, she found a broken piece of a locket. It seemed to connect with everything around her on the moon. She suddenly understood. This was the gift. She immediately ran to give it to the goddess. The goddess was thrilled. She took the locket piece, joined it with her own piece, and then poured the magical potion onto it. She was hoping that the person she loved would finally come back. The scene turned into a brilliant green light. The goddess became young, and the person she loved actually came back. They had a beautiful, emotional reunion. But then, her lover told her, "You have to control yourself. I can't stay. You need to move on." With those heartbreaking words, he disappeared. The goddess was devastated, and darkness spread all around her. Fei Fei, feeling brave, stepped into the space to reach her. Her friends watched from the outside, worried that she was now trapped there too. The goddess looked at Fei Fei and said, "You must move on too, or you'll stay alone like me. And listen, if you miss your mother, remember that she is always with you. She never truly left." Suddenly, the boy, who was worried about Fei Fei, crossed the barrier to reach her. He told Fei Fei, "Let's leave now. We should go home." Fei Fei turned to the goddess and said kindly, "The person you loved is gone, but his spirit is still with you. Don't be sad. You are wonderful." All the moon creatures came to hug and show love to the goddess, and the place became bright and happy again. She made a decision. She left her rabbit behind because it had become best friends with the goddess's rabbit. The moon goddess gave Fei Fei the picture they had taken together. To get home, Fei Fei and the boy rode on the friendly aliens. On the way back, Fei Fei looked at the photo, but then she let it burn and blew the ashes away. She had learned a profound lesson. She had to accept things and grow up. If someone doesn't believe you, you should just let them be and focus on your own beliefs and life. Life had moved forward. Her father got married again. In the final scenes, we see that Fei Fei and the friend's son are now actually playing together. They have become friends. The preparations for the Moon Festival were in full swing. Everyone was making dinner, and then they all ate together, looking happy. Fei Fei was having dinner with her new mother and her father, now a complete family. Later, Fei Fei and her father looked at the full moon together. When Fei Fei saw some cranes flying, she had a wonderful feeling that the goddess had come to visit her. The cranes then flew up toward the moon, and with that lovely, heartwarming scene, the movie comes to a close.